Welcome to the Reapers of Universe 3 trading card game. Follow along for some in-depth information about the game and learn how to play. Each game of Universe 3 is called Combat. Each player will build a deck of 40 to 60 cards plus their one Reaper. Your Reaper is your main character of the deck, and the goal of the game is to strike down your opponent's Reaper. Your deck will consist of multiple souls from the 5 classes: angels, demons, dragons, humans, and undead, as well the castes they will use. Souls are available in 3 types: warrior, mage, and rangers. Each has its own spot on your field and must be played into that spot. Castes are available in 3 types: standard, quick, and constant. Standard and constant castes can only be played on your turn outside of combat. But quick castes can be played at any time and as a reaction to another cast of skill. To begin a game, each player will place their Reapers in their corresponding spot face down. Each player will then draw 6 cards. The player going first will not draw on the first turn. Players can summon any number of souls to their corresponding locations and can rank up 1 soul per turn, even one they just summoned. On the second player's turn, they will draw 1 card. After doing so, each player will flip over and reveal their Reapers. Player 2 will then summon souls and use castes, then enter the combat phase of their turn. During combat, players can activate skills or quick castes, but no standard or constant castes. The attacking player will choose the target of their attack. When souls do combat, each one will deal damage equal to their attack value to each other. Only when a soul's guard has been reduced past 0 will that soul die. For example, 2 souls with 1000 attack and 1000 guard that do combat will simply 0 each other's guard, but not die. An additional damage will need to be dealt to destroy a soul with 0 guard. Damage dealt during each turn stacks until the end of turn, at which all soul stats reset to their written values unless otherwise stated by a skill or cast. Frontline souls may only attack frontline souls until your opponent controls none, at which point you may attack rearline. Rearline souls may attack front or rearline souls regardless of any frontline souls your opponent controls. Only when your opponent controls no souls may you attack their Reaper. To destroy a Reaper, you must deal damage greater than their guard in 1 turn. Reaper's strike number determines how many times that Reaper must be defeated to be destroyed. Once the second player ends their turn, player 1 will draw until they have 6 cards in their hand. If they already have 6 cards, they will draw 1 card. Each player will always redraw to 6 cards. If at any point in the game you have a dead hand and wish to redraw, you may do so once per game. You may not redraw if you have 10 or less cards in your deck. You will shuffle your hand into your deck, then draw 1 less card. Redraws can only be done immediately after you draw for the turn. Each player will continue to summon and destroy each other's souls until one player has claimed victory, or one player decks out. A player only decks out when they can draw no cards. If, for example, they need to draw 4 cards but only have 2 left in their deck, they will not deck out but draw the remaining cards. Only on the next turn, when they cannot draw any cards, will they deck out. Stay tuned for the next video where we go into details about ranking up. Will you survive the collapse? And which Reaper will you choose as you enter the world of Universe 3?